Hi, it's Bill Koenig for Straight Circle Martial Arts, and this is why you throw a back fist or a ridge hand. I've had comments showing back fists and ridge hands, and a lot of guys who do boxing and things like that aren't a fan. They don't like them. They don't understand why you would throw them. So today I just think you over why. Most punchers are not wrong. If I had my choice, I would not want to throw a back fist or a ridge hand. I have no interest in them. If I had a straight shot, I have more power coming through with one of those than I do with this or this. The reason you do those, the problem with punching all the time, is sometimes you are not on the right angle to punch the way you want. So let's say I come to a position here and my hand crosses. I am not in position to hit him with a punch either way. So what I have to do is I have to get back out and reposition and throw the punch, which is fine, but it's time consuming. So for me, if I end up in a spot and I have a straight line, I'm throwing this not to finish the fight, but because it sets me up to actually throw the punches I want to throw. So if I come here and my hand crosses my body somehow, we're in motion, I'm here, right? So this is the most efficient thing to do. It's not the final blow. It's not a knockout. It might be if you're lucky, but for the most part, it's an opening to throw the next one. But again, if I'm here, I have to reposition to do it. It takes a lot of time. It's the same thing with a ridge hand. Ridge hands and any of those things, whether it's like with a thumb or it's this or with the forearm, I'm not trying to throw those. The reason I threw it is because my hand didn't get to the right spot. So preferably, I would rather throw this all day. Right? I'd rather throw that hook. But there are sometimes you go in there and you go to throw that hook and you realize that you can't turn the fist over. Like you've gone too far. And you can't get around to hit the fist. So, to get around to hit the front of the fist. So, what I'm going to do at this point is instead of wasting it and trying to come back out, I'm just going to finish the blow so I can get back to my punching the way I want to do it. Sometimes I go to start off in a hook, and this guy shifts in a way to where like I can't get the hook off, and that's when this comes out. Every time you learn a technique in martial arts, whether it's a back fist or a ridge hand or some of these off-angle things, they're generally not your first choice. They're fillers. They're there to hit the gaps in between of the punching that doesn't fit. Good story on this. Like for years I took karate where we did a lot of, this type of stuff, and we would hit off angles and ridge hands. And then I stopped for a while, and I was taking a punching style, where we punched all the time. Boom, 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 right? So, in my mind, I shut the karate out for a little bit, because it's hard to learn two things at once. But when I went to go practice on my own, when I was going back and forth with people, I would find I would end up in positions that the punch didn't fit, and I was trying to force the punch, and I had trouble. So, at some point, I allowed my brain to add everything back together. And then all of a sudden I'd end up in these spots and go, oh, there's the ridge hand. Now I can come back to the fist and come back to what I want. They're fillers. You get an open shot, yeah, you just drive them. It's always better just to drive them, always. It's a better shot, you always take it. But why would you give up the opportunity to get a free one in to take your opponent off balance and take his mind off to get a better shot if you didn't have to? Take it. You see an opening, instead of just coming back again and trying to punch, take the shot. Take this shot. These things, you get hit in these spots hard enough with enough body mass. Yeah, maybe it doesn't knock them out, but I'm telling you, it doesn't allow them to hit you for a second because you've crushed them, and now they're in a position where you can wallop them. So look, yes, certain fundamental things you should learn first. There are things that are more effective and probably better odds. But as you get better in martial arts, you should also learn the other stuff. The more tools you have in the toolbox, the more chance you have. I'm not saying rely on them. I'm not saying form a whole style around doing off-angle shots. But it's not a bad thing to learn them and have them if you need them. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Feel free to leave comments and ask questions. Thanks very much for helping grow the channel.